Yo, what is everyone saying? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Obviously right now there's no promo on FIFA, there are no 81 plus picks anymore, so I thought why not rank every single SBC player that EA have given us this year, from absolutely shocking value to the top 5 of the year. We're going to be basing it on things like the price, how meta they were or are, their longevity, i.e. how long they were in teams for, and links and photo ability and that kind of stuff. So hopefully you might enjoy it. Alright, so to avoid wasting too much time, I made a whole fat off list for just players that we forgot even existed. Cards like Malong, who came out for 70k by the way, when there's gold Zakaria at home. Guys like Madison, even that Isco at the time, had no idea he was an SBC, so I just thought let me just slap him their own whole category. Guys like Stoppelkamp as well. I think he was out for about 12 hours or so, I'm not sure. These cards there don't even get on the list because I don't even know anything about them. I can't lie, I do not recall seeing them at all. So now that we've dashed away all those forgotten players, we have our top 100. And we start with the awful value SBCs. Guys like Kenny Lala, EA were doing up propaganda. All my days guys, no more Lala on 7chem right mid. No. Nobody was using that brother right mid, so don't try that. Get that brother gone. So Bamba, a few guys are like, yeah, I used 600k for that card. Son, I can hear it a little bit, but the issue with Son is that he was 800k in like November time. A very short shelf life. Who else? Bissaka again. There was Joe Gomez at home. And then that Armstrong brother, other than linking to Wayne Rooney, I don't know what on earth he had to offer. So that's our awful value category. Let me know if you have any disagreements. Again, this is just based on the general community. You might have them still. You might have some very shoddy team, if I'm being honest with you. Or you might have had 7 billion games on Sun. But as a whole, this is what we kind of agreed on when I was streaming this over on Twitch. And you know, at the time, we had a cool little 400 viewers. So I feel like it's somewhat representative of the wider community, I'd like to think. Right, now we're on to the kind of smelly SBCs. The ones that were like, neither here nor there. You know, the price wasn't horrific, but they weren't really very good cards, or if they were, not for very long. So guys like Joe Hart didn't see past one weekend. McTominay you can argue, but I just feel like these days Gale Gold, Kante, or any midfielder that has like 80 pace, and he's going to be better than McTominay, unfortunately. Freeze Navas, again, you know, a certain man said play him striker or CB, doesn't really matter. Me personally, I'm not playing Navas anywhere other than in an SBC solution. Again, Haaland and Sancho, both the same. Bundesliga player of the month, nobody cares about them. Unless they're a little one squad for 82 rating, they're not even fodder. So get those guys gone. Depay, I know guys are going to start crying, oh my days, Depay is so... Bro, Depay is clunky. The guy is like playing with an oak tree with legs. Those 5-back rats, you know who you are. Ooh, Doherty at CB. Playing CB in a 5-back yet? No. Well, CR6, very controversial, but I never did him, so I can't say how good or bad he is personally. But playing against him and hearing again from our community, the guy was useful for like 1 or 2 weeks. It was a nice bit of nostalgia. Haha, GG's, like we got a cheap Ronaldo, and then he fell off. The shelf life was worse than the blue Cravendale milk from Tesco that you get from the front shelf. I mean, he did not last very long. Based on meta, longevity, value, and so forth. So Daniel Marlon misses the cut to being a decent SBC, unfortunately. Alright, so before we get into our top 50, we have our who cares category, which is players that just... they came out and everyone was like, okay, it's a bit underwhelming. Guys like Mangala, there's gold Varane. Podolski lasted a week or two. He was nice, man, but I just don't think anyone cares about him anymore. When guys knew already from the leaks that, you know, Renato was coming, Royce was coming, and guys like that were coming, people just didn't really care about Jovino by that point. We have left mid Jones. Again, that's not the CM one, that's a left mid one. Nobody cared about that one. Where's Morgan? To be real, as a silver star in like, you know, the Silver Lounge or managerial masterpiece, it's not awful. But again, who cares when you can just use like regular 75 golds and then put a 65 rated silver anyway. Kondogbia, by that point, everyone had rinsed all their coins on Royce and Renato and everyone else. And then lastly, Mount. I know it's a bit cheeky. I do like Mount IRO, so it's not anything about Chelsea. It's just that you're not really paying 60, 70k to hope that you're going to get a somewhat usable card 6 months later. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't really have the 5-star skills or weak foot or whatever to make him cracked. Unfortunately, he goes in the who cares SBC category. Alright, so on to our top 50 players now. This is going to be the decent value players who, you know, played well for a while or just good fodder. To start with, we have Palacio. Again, I think a few guys still use him off the bench. He was nice for a couple weeks. Tolisso likewise, we'll see what happens. This is obviously recorded before the Champions League. Unlike the other Bruno card, this one was actually very good for quite some time. He had the great links with the Brazil vibes, the Liga as well. CB Bender, I think he was okay. He wasn't awful, but if it wasn't for the right back Bender, I don't think anybody would have done the CB bender. Koscielny, similar to Sadibo, so he was, I think, the first usable Liga and CB. Leroy Fair's a cheeky one because they were saying, yeah, the next Hullet, da. He links to Kluivert and that's all he offers, bro. These cards might have played 1 or 2 games for you in squad battles objectives, and that's it. They got booted out into whatever better SBC came after that. So that's our decent value or fodder. We will move on to the very good SBCs now. In the lowest part of very good is Firmino. I feel like I didn't really rate him that much. I didn't think he was that incredible. I don't think he lasted that long, but on stream and especially on Twitter when I asked, everyone was like, oh my days, Firmino, club legend, he has 700 games for me. Talisca, for that price, violent SBC. Guys will put him up front and he will score every single game in champs. Ansu Fati, very good at the time. Felipe Anderson, similar to Mount in a way because he wasn't the highest rate at the time, but Brazil left mid, he's got the stars for it. Boateng is not someone that I completed, however, he now links to Bender, or the Bender Bros rather. Kuzar was similar, links to all the meta cards you want to play. Bruno 91, I still see him to this day with his silly beanie hat on, scoring from 20 yards or scoring penalties as, you know, he does best. David Neres, it's a bit too early to say. Very good value, the 85 scored and the 80 scored, I believe it was. Mbappe, that image of him just there at the bottom of the screen, I don't know what that is, man. I don't know, they should have raised it a little bit. Aside from the image though, aside from the aesthetics, he's a very good card. Unfortunately, had to be a left wing. Freeze Gnabry, feel like he was less used at the time, but now since the Bender Bros have come out, since Royce has come out, we see Gnabry a lot more than we did at the time. Riyad Mahrez, headliner, probably the best right winger in the Premier League. Keda, he's sensational already. Like, it's only been 1 weekend, he's still 86. I don't know if he's gonna get his boost yet. We find out tonight, we shall see. Mesut Ozil, stunning. Like, I thought, okay, there's no way he'll be as good as he was last year when he was carrying me to elites. He's doing it again, bro. I don't know what kind of animations he has, but he's different class. Now, the top 5 are very good are going to be as follows. 5, we're going to have Roman Alessandrini. At the time, the best French right mid in the game, had the crazy meta links. For what it was worth, very good SBC in my opinion. Number 4 is another one based on links. That is Marquinhos. Whatever Brazil or Liga vibes you wanted, he was there. A solid CM, a DM if you want, or if you're a 5-back rat, he can play CB for you as well. So he was quite versatile, I have to say. Now, top 3 for this category, we're going to go with, I felt like his weak foot was a little bit worrying for me, but I know that he got used for a while. And for the top 2, again, this might be a little bit controversial. Player of the month, 96, Lionel Messi. I know what you're thinking. Oh my days, this card is so good. It's incredible in game. I know. But he was 1.5 mil. And for that price, I know it's Messi. You'd like to think you'd see some 5-star skill move / weak foot kind of action going on there. Personally, is it a sensational value SBC? I don't think so. Now, number 1, just missing out on sensational, is going to be Franck Ribéry. Now, he does have the 5 stars we're looking for. What he doesn't have is the similar kind of shooting stats that Messi has. He was kind of easily craftable at the time because we had hella player picks and he was out for ages. But it was a bit pricey, and that's what stops him from being a sensational SBC. Right, we are now onto these sensational SBCs, the ones that if you missed out on, it's a little bit of an L. Now, we're going to begin with Freeze Hour. This card here was used by me for a long time as a box-to-box CM. Forget about his defensive stats. We know on FIFA, for midfielders, if you have like 50 or 60 defending, but you're fast, you're good enough. Following on from that, the Liga and vibes, Mr. Attal. 18k, 20k at the time. For someone who, at that point in the game, people had no idea how far Nice would go. He was still, and is still to be fair, used by many people off the bench. Value for money wise, that is a sensational SBC. To Serie A, we're going to go with Paulo Dybala. Again, another one that I missed out on personally. This one, I didn't do him. But boy, oh boy, do I see him very, very often scoring the finesses. To me, I saw his stars. I said, you know what? Is he worth it? Probably not. I don't really have any Argentina players. Serie A's kind of lacking outside of Ronaldo. I'm going to pass on that one. But yeah, this card still gets used to this very day. And joining him is his mate that he links to, Stefan El Shaarawy. I won't lie, kind of expensive, but for what he gives you with the skill moves and the weak foot, it's worth it. I didn't have the resources to be like, yeah, let's go and chuck it into El Shaarawy and have no links to him whatsoever. But, you know, that's my L. I'll affirm that one. And joining El Shaarawy is going to be yet another Serie A player, Arturo. I know what you're thinking. Surely top 5 though. He is very expensive and the links aren't too hot. I feel like right now, even though Vidal might last in the meta for another month or 2, the guys linking him don't really do that, if that makes sense. You know, outside of icons and whatnot, probably top 3 midfielders in the whole game. Now, there are 4 more spaces on this sensational SBC list, and the 4th is going to go to another birthday card, Marco Reus. He still has time on him, and I'm still there scratching my head. I'm thinking, I got to do this card, bro. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the foot birthday design is the best we've had all year. Right, top 3 for sensational. First and foremost, João Felix. This card was annoying. You'd see him in a 4-5-1 up front, Bruno Fernandes there, Ronaldo there. The only reason he misses out on top 5 is because he's just kind of fallen off the pace a little bit. I feel like top 5 should be cards that still get used to this day, no matter when they came out. Now, top 2, this one, I tried all I could to get him in the top 5, but I couldn't. He holds a special place for me. I know I'm not a Liverpool fan, but this card, eesh, he is the all-round, like, he is Hullet, bro. He is Hullet without the dreads. I dropped him just this very last weekend because I packed Prime Messi and I thought, let me just see what he said. And I packed Prime Xavi from the Primal Moments icon swap, so that was a massive L. But he would be a lot more usable for many people. And number 1 on this list, just missing out on top 5, the right back bender. This card, I didn't do it, and I sit there every day matching him thinking, why didn't I do it? But I've been told, and I've seen with my very own 2 eyes, this card is cracked. Probably one of the best CBs in the game. I know you man are all rats, myself included. We ain't using CBs at CB anymore. We're using right backs. So we get on to our top 5. Now, as you can see, it says top 5 of the year plus Tav. And that's because when this list was created, a few cards were omitted. So Tav is not here, Acuna's not here, Sabitzer is not here. There's like 5 or 6 cards that just didn't get in, so apologies about that one. But Tav would have been in here. We know Tav now. Right back, left back, CB, DM, CM, whatever you want, Tav can do it. Without further ado though, let's get into the top 5 SBCs of the year. At number 5, we have Waza. His brother here on the game is incredible. As a CM, outrageous. Now, I do rate Rooney highly IRL, especially as an Arsenal fan. I feel like he was very underrated, but on this game, he's a little too cracked. He was not finessing it from 35 yards every single game. He was not dribbling, you know, like Ronaldinho every single game or like Neymar every single game. But in the game, he does. And it's very, very annoying. Now, the only thing stopping him from going any higher is the links. Obviously, Derby, not the best championship vibes. He's got the English links. So you got your Curtis Jones, you got your Tav there, or whatever it may be. Still gets used to this very day. I see him and I think, yep, long day. Now, just pipping him to number 4. It's going to be Bruno Fernandes. I know it hurts me as an Arsenal fan putting this many United players, but I have to be unbiased in this. It was Team of the Year. Everyone thought, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to use all my fodder to try and get Team of the Years. Most of us watching this video didn't get a single Team of the Year. As a box-to-box CM, you do not get much better than this in the game. And especially at the time, he was very easily craftable. We just didn't. Our mind got distracted before. Okay, do you know what? I'm not going to do Bruno because what if I get the Team of the Year Bruno? We didn't get the Team of the Year Bruno. Maybe Run the Foot Market got Team of the Year Bruno. Maybe there's one guy in the chat right now in the comments. All my days, what are you talking about? I got Team of the Year Bruno. I didn't. And number 3, another Portuguese player. A more recent card, Renato Sanchez. We don't know about longevity yet because, you know, it's not been very long. But we know he's going to be here for a long time. Until he gets a TOTS. And I know EA, they love to just bring out TOTS. Bro, Atao played 12 games last year, got a TOTS. So they can give a toss to anyone they like. But until then, Renato was your CM. Him and or Vidal, I don't mind which one you have. I feel like Renato has the slightly better links. The Portuguese vibes, obviously a lot better than, you know, Chile. And then Liga versus Serie A is kind of clear there as well. So once more, very, very easily craftable. I feel like everyone now has him in their teams. Now, number 2. I'm wondering, can you already see the top 2 in your head? Do you know who it is? If so, let me know in the comments and like the video as well. Number 2 is Freeze Adama Traore. I have to sigh, bro, because I don't have him. Not only can he play in the left back position that is shown on his card, but you see him at CB. If you don't see him at CB, where do you see him? At right back. If he's not there, it's right wing back, or left wing back, or left wing, or right wing, or left mid, or right mid, or CDM or CM or striker, it's only in goal and number 10 that you won't see this Adama card. So if you did him, round of applause to you. You were ahead of the curve. For me, I was like, he's a bit pricey. He's a left back. I got Ferland Mendy. Little did I know, man. Little did I know this card will be wreaking havoc. He'll be bodying my players every single time I try and go near him, man. In a 5-back, man, you have like 2 actual CBs and then Adama in the middle. It's like, please. However, it is time to crown our number 1, the best SBC of the year, bar none. Someone who, at the time, I'll be real, didn't have a clue who he was IRL. I know nothing about him. What I do know is that he might be the best centre-back in the game. Of course, it is Mr. Kleiber. What a man. Right back, CB, left back, DM. I played him centre mid working just for the band. I was like, yeah, do you know what? Let's see what he's saying, fam. I played him CM, and the guy was sweeping everything, bro. The powerhouse of the team. Mitochondria, I call him. Mitochondria. How can the guy be tackling and be passing and be intercepting like some daddy long legs? Nah, this card is the best. If you didn't do him, I'm sorry. I was seeing guys saying, yeah, I'll put him into an SBC. What have I done? Yeah, hang your head in shame. You have missed out on the best CB in the game, so well done. And with that, that is going to be the end of the video. Now, I know there's about 140 cards in there, so we're not going to agree on everything. I feel like I've done a good job as possible, kind of being representative of what the whole community would want. So you can have a look again, just in case. A quick browse through. Here's the forgot they exist, to awful value, to kinda smelly, the mayor who cares, and so on and so forth. I feel like I've done a good job, personally. Hopefully you enjoyed it, though. Maybe I can do something similar again in the future. I certainly enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And come through to Twitch. We'll definitely do more of these coming up in the future. Maybe you can do icon SBCs or objective cards or whatever. You name it. Just let me know what you disagree with in the comments. And I'll catch you, man, in a bit.